Hey there and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. My name is Pete and today we complete a slightly shorter episode of our Mass Effect 2 Insanity walkthrough, however it will feature some detective work and you don't see that every day in this game. In the last episode we completed Miranda's loyalty mission and kept her sister safe, and we ended that mission right where we began, inside of the Eternity Bar here on Illium. Now in the episode prior to that one we met up with Liara to Sony, and we also already completed a small data scanning quest for her. And today we'll turn that quest in and see what else she's got for us. Maybe we can be of assistance once again.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Thank you for getting me that system data. Here, it's not much, but hopefully it will help you on your mission. Do you remember the Shadow Broker? With the data you got me, I may be able to find information caches from his agents.
Now, of course we know about the Shadow Broker from Mass Effect 1, where we used Shadow Broker information to revoke Saren's Spectre status, but the identity of the person behind the name is still very much a mystery.
I've got a lot on my plate. Remind me who the Shadow Broker is?
He's the most powerful and dangerous information broker in the galaxy. No one knows who he is. Given his resources, there's speculation he may actually be a group operating under one name.
This brings us to the first morality decision of the episode, and as usual we will go Paragon here and ask Liara if she's in any danger.
Are you on the run from the Shadow Broker? I can help you.
Actually, it would be more accurate to say that the Shadow Broker is on the run from me. We crossed paths not long after you died. Since then, I've been working to take him down. With this data, I'm a step closer.
Now, crossing paths is not exactly a good reason to take someone down, so we can safely suspect there's more to the story.
I've never seen you ready to execute someone in cold blood. What did the Shadow Broker do to you?
I was on a job with a friend. The Shadow Broker's people caught us. My friend didn't escape. I don't know if he's dead or being interrogated. But I need to find him. I owe him my life. And I need to make the Shadow Broker pay for what he did.
And to be honest, this sounds like something that we could help with, especially if it's the reason why Liara can join us on our quest to take down the Collectors.
You can't come with me because you're after the Shadow Broker? What if I help you find him?
I'm sorry, Shepard. The galaxy doesn't work that way. I need to find leads, trace information. I need to work. I can't do that on the Normandy. I wish I could.
Now, at this point, we have no other option but to wish her good luck, but don't worry, another small quest is already waiting for us.
Let me know if there's anything else I can do.
Thanks, Shepard. I will. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Right, so at this point we could leave, or we could once again ask Liara how she's doing. And since we helped her out with the data earlier, her reply will be a different one than it was last time we asked this question.
How's your own work going?
The data you gave me was extremely helpful. It gave me a target. The Shadow Broker has several contacts here on Illium. The most powerful is someone called the Observer. Taking down the Observer will put me closer to the Shadow Broker. I could use your help.
Despite what it looks like, we cannot obtain any morality points here, but there's no need to be rude, so let's find out what we can do for her.
Tell me what I can do to help.
Your data pointed me at logs kept by Shadow Broker agents. The logs were deleted, but it may be possible to reconstruct some of it. The Shadow Broker is cautious. His agents are referred to only by their title and race.
My inquiries have narrowed the Observer down to one of 5 operatives: a Turian, a Solarian, a Krogan, a Batarian, and a Vorcha.
If you can refine the list, I'll know where to strike.
Okay, that is not exactly much to work with. Any additional information would certainly make the task a lot easier.
Do you have any specifics on these agents?
I'm afraid not. Nyxeris was lucky to get as much as she did.
I was happy to help, ma'am.
The data is our only hope of determining which one is the Observer. And if we wait too long, they'll all disappear.
And just because we can, let's suggest a slightly more straightforward approach, even though I already have my doubts about whether it would work.
Let me go talk to these people. I'll get the name you need.
This is a delicate operation, Shepard. If you shake down one agent, the others will go to ground, and my chance will be lost.
Liara is right. We need to get enough evidence to strike, and we need it soon.
I'm more than capable of handling the violence, Shepard. I need your help gathering the data.
Now at this point we have already received the quest in our journal, so we might as well take it, and after all this is a completionist playthrough, so who would we be to reject the offer?
I'll reconstruct the data and tell you what I find.
Thank you, Shepard. When you find something, call me on the radio channel we used in the old days. I can't risk handling this in person.
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
Right, so here we are with a new mission to take care of. We have a list of suspects, a Turian, a Salarian, a Krogan, a Vorcha and a Batarian, and it is our job now to find out who of them could be the Observer. And we'll do that by hacking into several of these data points. The first one can be found right here as we exit Liara's office. Now we learn a few things here. Most importantly, we can see that the Observer is a she, so a female. We also learn that the Salarian is a male, so he's out of the picture, and we uncover that the Vorcha is also referred to as the Trader. That brings our list of suspects down to 4, time to continue our investigation. The next data point is just a few meters up ahead, and once again we can retrieve a bit of information, but this time it's not much. We only learn that the Turian is also a male, so that removes him as a suspect as well, and narrows our list down to 3, namely the Vorcha Trader as well as the Batarian and the Krogan, whose occupations we don't know yet. On to the next data point we go, and this one is a lot more useful than the last one. First of all, we can learn that the Trader, that is the Vorcha, is a male as well, and that he went after the Batarian because the Batarian is a slaver. In the second half of the sentence, both the Batarian and the Vorcha are referred to as the men, so none of them can be the Observer. That leaves only the Krogan as a suspect, but as good detectives we don't want to jump to any conclusions before looking at all the evidence, and there are 2 more of these data points left to hack.
Are you shorting prefabs?
Why not? I did it after eating Prime. Paid for new exosuits for my kids.
You're insane.
For the moment though, we can quickly take care of a small side quest with the Asari over here, who you might remember from when we set foot in Nos Astra for the very first time.
No, you don't understand. I lost it somewhere near the transport terminal. It can't be replaced. It's a token from my bondmate. It's the only thing my child has to remember her father by. Please, if you find it... No, I understand.
Now that token she mentioned, that is actually the locket we found before leaving with the final elevator after Miranda's loyalty mission. And since we have no use for it, we might as well do our good deed for the day and give it back.
Pardon me, I'm dealing with damn Illium travel bureaucracy.
Now, we're already getting 5 Paragon points for giving the locket back, but we can get 2 extra with the dialogue choice at the top here, so let's go for it. The end result won't change a bit.
Were you trying to get them to help you find this locket?
Oh, Stephen, thank you. Thank you so much. My daughter was young when he died. This is the only memento she has of him. Please accept this. It's much less than I would have had to pay the bureaucrats to authorize a search.
And that's another small quest completed. Time to continue investigating.
How can you short sell on prefabs after these human colony attacks? They're going to see a ton of business.
A ton of immediate charity business, followed by a freeze as new colony plans dry up. Just watch. Sell! Sell!
Now, Liara gave us a bit of cash earlier for completing the data scanning quest, which means we now have enough to make 2 purchases here. First, for 75,000 credits, we'll get the biotic damage upgrade.
We can use this.
Which increases our squad's biotic damage by 20%. Up next, with 25 of the 27,000 credits we have left, we purchase the Metagel capacity upgrade, not because we desperately need it, but simply for the sake of getting closer to completion and because we have just enough cash to afford it. That leaves us a bit short in terms of our financials, but we'll get more money soon, so let's leave the bypass module be for the moment and head over to data point number 4. This data point reveals that the Turian and the Salarian are definitely not the assassin, who is explicitly mentioned separately here. We also already know that the Vorcha is a trader and that the Batarian is a slaver, so the assassin can only be the Krogan. Whether or not the Krogan is female, however, is not answered here, and to get that answer we can quickly return to the Eternity Bar, where the 5th and final data point is waiting for us. And here we can see it, the assassin, the smuggler and the vulture are all referred to as the men, so the Krogan is male as well, just like all of the other 4 suspects. Who exactly the smuggler is never revealed. It could either be the Turian or the Salarian, but it also doesn't matter for our investigation. We can say with certainty that none of the suspects here fit what we know about the Observer, and so let's inform Liara of our findings.
Shepard, did you get any information on the Observer?
Now, we could get 2 Paragon points here for any of the 5 kill options, but at this point we also know that none of them would lead to the right target, so instead for 5 Paragon points, let's tell her what we found out. Maybe she has an idea of her own.
All 5 of the suspects are male. The Observer is female. Something's not right. Who gave you this lead?
My assistant, Nyxeris. She got the information. Nyxeris gave me the information. Nyxeris, could I see you in here for a moment? Shepard, I'll talk to you later.
Right, so I don't think I have to tell you what's going to happen to Nyxeris at this point. Our investigation is complete, however, and we earned 40 experience points as well as 5 Paragon points for our efforts. To make sure that Liara comes out of the confrontation with Nyxeris in one piece, I think it can't hurt to check her office one more time, although Liara appears to have the element of surprise on her side.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. Nyxeris had some interesting data hidden away. Thank you, Shepard. I wouldn't have caught her without you. I'm one step closer to the Shadow Broker thanks to you. Here, Nyxeris was very well compensated. You need it more than I do.
Now, despite its appearance, this is not an either-or dialogue choice, so to make sure we don't miss out on any juicy details, let's take the option on the left first.
Did you have any trouble with Nyxeris?
She was very talented. I imagine that had she been ordered to assassinate me, I'd never seen her coming. But her barriers needed practice. Practice I'm afraid she won't be getting.
What happens now is also an excellent question at this point, because it appears that Liara might be able to take a big step towards revealing the Shadow Broker's identity now.
What's the next step in your hunt?
Now I gather information, peel away layers of lies, and shine light into the shadows. And when I find the Shadow Broker, I hit him with a biotic field so strong that what's left of his body will fit into a coffee cup.
Now, her words here seem a bit out of place. For all we know, Liara was always a rather kind person back in Mass Effect 1, which of course poses the question what made her so angry.
That anger can't be just from what you've told me. What else happened between you and the Shadow Broker?
Did Cerberus ever tell you how they recovered your body? I gave it to them. I gave you to them, Shepard. Because they said they could rebuild you. And to do that, I had to take it from the Shadow Broker, who was going to sell your corpse to the collectors.
Why didn't you tell me about this before now?
Because I screwed it up, Shepard. I barely escaped with my own life. And when I gave you to Cerberus, I told myself I was doing it for you. For a chance to bring you back. But I knew Cerberus would use you for their own business. And I let it happen. Because I couldn't let you go. I'm sorry.
Once again, no morality points for this decision, and despite looking a bit snappy, I actually found the I'm not option to work quite well regarding Shepard's and Liara's history.
You did the right thing, Liara. My mission is important. I couldn't do it if you hadn't given me to Cerberus.
Thank you. I was afraid you'd hate me. So that's why I must destroy the Shadow Broker. For what he did to my friend, and to you, and whatever he's doing with the collectors.
Now, if you want to get the maximum amount of Paragon points out of this conversation, make sure not to pick the Liara's Needs Investigate option here. For some strange reason, that option ends the conversation, and in doing so removes the opportunity for 2 additional Paragon points. If we were to go with this option, Liara would only tell us that she doesn't have any more work for us, so let's instead finish the conversation with something a bit more meaningful, and of course with the 2 extra Paragon points we can get here.
Be careful out there, Liara. Don't turn into the thing you're hunting.
Says the dead Spectre working for Cerberus. Don't worry, Shepard. I'm not my mother. Everything I'm doing of my own free will. For better or for worse. No. Is there anything else I can help you with?
One final time, we can now ask about how her work is going, but at this point she has no additional tasks for us, at least not until we install a particular DLC for the game, but that's a story for another day.
How's your own work going?
I'm still waiting. Still hunting. The Shadow Broker can't hide forever. Even with Nyxeris dead, it could be years before I track the Shadow Broker down. But someday he'll slip up. And I'll be there.
I'll talk to you later, Liara.
So here we are now with a bit more money in our pockets and with almost every assignment and mission on Illium completed, apart from the 2 recruitment missions that we still have left on our to-do list. The first of those would see us go after the Assassin, a quick-kill biotic specialist and a sniper expert, while the other one revolves around the Justicar, an Asari with biotic abilities rivaling those of an Asari matriarch. There are no particular reasons for prioritizing one mission over the other at this point, so I'll leave the choice up to you. In that sidebar thingy on the right of the screen, you should now be able to find a vote where you can pick either the Assassin or the Justicar for the next mission. I'm looking forward to see how you decide, and with that being said, we can now wrap today's episode up. If you enjoyed it, then I would be happy if you could leave a thumbs up, and if you want to support the channel further, then you can either subscribe if you haven't already, or you can check out and maybe pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.